Ryan Reynolds will always be remembered for bringing comic book goofball Deadpool to life on the big screen.
Oh, hello. I know, right?
But the actor has had a much more varied filmography than his Marvel success would lead you to believe. And the best film he has ever starred in is a dark, demented, and devastating movie most people have probably never seen. I'm Drew Deitch for Giant Freakin' Robot, and this is why the best Ryan Reynolds movie is The Voices. The Voices is probably a Ryan Reynolds movie you haven't even heard of. It had a very limited theatrical release in 2015, but was mostly relegated to video-on-demand services. It's not hard to see why a movie like The Voices got quietly shuffled away. It's a dark story about a serial killer as told through his perspective. Plus, it's mixing a whole lot of tones, such as black comedy.
Look what you did to me.
I'm so sorry.
Friday I had a pretty cushy gig. I had lots of friends, I was the office hottie. Now I'm a severed head in a fridge.
Romance, horror, and legitimately disturbing drama. Yet, in my mind, there is no question that The Voices is the best Ryan Reynolds movie. 10 years after its release, The Voices is a movie I still find myself returning to every so often. What is it about this twisted little tale that deserves special recognition? For this to be the best Ryan Reynolds movie, one of the obvious bright spots of The Voices would have to be leading man Ryan Reynolds. And he is. Mostly known for lovable and charming characters.
All right, yes or no? Was Jeff Goldblum in it?
Oh my God, it was Jurassic Park. That's Jeff Goldblum.
Asshole!
Reynolds is given a chance to take those qualities and examine the potentially darker facets of them. His character, Jerry, is soft-spoken, unassuming, socially awkward, sweethearted, and completely delusional. He believes that his pet dog and cat both talk to him.
You're out your league. She drinks tea in carriages and fucks.
And it's revealed that Jerry's mother also heard voices, which she ascribed to angels.
The animals, the angels talking to me.
These grim elements are played with deft control by Reynolds. He grasps the tone of the piece so well, and that's kind of miraculous. The Voices is a movie that's likely to turn a lot of people off because of its varied tones, but Reynolds anchors the whole endeavor with a performance that is arguably the best in his entire career.
Life is when I'm killing.
The only time I've ever felt truly alive.
Jerry ends up doing some monstrous things in the movie, but Reynolds maintains a sympathy to the character that's vital. If not for Reynolds' performance, The Voices would probably be too vicious to enjoy on any level. Thankfully, director Marjane Satrapi understands how to best shape the world of Michael R. Perry's script. Considering that the film is positioned from Jerry's perspective, we experience the world through his mind. That means that the sets, costumes, and even characters all get filtered through Jerry's warped lens. Eventually, this leads to a shocking moment where all of our preconceived notions about Jerry's life are thrown out the window. Satrapi and Perry's tight control over the pace of the story makes a world of difference in a story like this. Even though this is the best Ryan Reynolds movie, some people just won't click with The Voice's distorted sense of humor. Those that do will be immensely rewarded. This is a movie that ends with a giant dance number whose ensemble includes Jesus himself. Hey, JC.
Sing a happy song.
It's a film where Ryan Reynolds admires an Asian Elvis impersonator. And the wacky vocal performance from Reynolds as Jerry's pets, Mr. Whiskers and Bosco, are worth the price of admission.
Pretty complicated inside the human mind, huh?
It was you that killed me, Jerry.
Admittedly, selling a movie like this as a comedy does it a big disservice, but its comedic components do work when they show up. Otherwise, The Voices is a tragedy through and through. Jerry's backstory ends up being utterly devastating, and his mental deterioration is nothing short of heartbreaking.
And death. It's over.
Even though Jerry ends up turning to murder, the film is able to remind us that he is a victim of his own instability and a system that doesn't prioritize mental health care. There's no denying that The Voices is a bummer of a film, and that's not necessarily what a lot of people want or expect out of a film starring Ryan Reynolds. It may be the best Ryan Reynolds movie, but as already mentioned, The Voices is not a feel-good movie by any definition. It's unavoidably dark and disturbing, but it's also attempting to be wacky and kind of goofy. It's a tonal blend that most people just aren't going to vibe with. Obviously, the distributors of the film thought so, and that's one of the reasons they decided to quietly release it with very little fanfare. So, a big reason you may have never even heard of The Voices is because it was never given a profile that would get it noticed by a lot of people. However, The Voices is the kind of movie that is never going to hit with a mainstream audience. Its extremely unsettling subject matter mixed with its tonal shifts means it's designed to be for a select crowd. Honestly, it's refreshing to watch movies like The Voices and be reminded that entertainment doesn't have to be crafted to try and satisfy everyone, or at least as many people as possible. Still, the talent involved with The Voices should pique the interest of casual movie fans. The cast also includes notable actors like Gemma Arterton and Anna Kendrick. Both are exceptional in the film and get to shine in more outright comedic roles as the movie progresses. And the filmmaking from Satrapi is undeniably well executed. Essentially, The Voices is unfairly overlooked because it was mostly buried on release, and it's a specific brand of Wicked that a majority of people just won't buy into. That's a real shame because it features a multifaceted performance from Ryan Reynolds that stands as my unquestionable favorite in his entire body of acting work. It's a funny, sad, moving, and ultimately affirming little yarn about loneliness, love, depression, and being different from everyone else. It also has Ryan Reynolds as an evil cat. That alone makes it the best Ryan Reynolds movie. Have you actually seen The Voices? And if so, what do you think about Ryan Reynolds' performance? What do you think is the best Ryan Reynolds movie? We need to hear your voices in the comments. If you liked this video, the only way we'll know is if you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back again here at Giant Freakin' Robot.